Number. Remember that. Corey Dillon, break him off a little something, kid. Break her off the block. Boomer Esiason, great block. Springs Dillon, 46-yard touchdown. The rookie had a 71-yard touchdown last week, 14-10 Bengals. TJ, how about that block from Esiason?
Well, beautiful block by Esiason. He got down low. You see him spot Carlton Gray, get nice and low on him, roll down on the feet, and that's what brings Dillon down to the end zone.
Boomer, 63, all fired up. Next Bengal drive.
Getting the start, rookie Corey Dillon, who's really looked good. Dillon for 17 yards.
Corey Dillon, the rookie from the great Northwest. Break me off a little something, kid. Breaks off 37 yards down to the 35-yard line. Dillon, 19 carries, a $114, his second 100-yard game of the year.
Esiason hands it off to Corey Dillon, who does the rest. He is gone. 31 yards, 21-0 Bengals on 3 drives. Why such a big hole? Well, we spot shadow the big Willie Anderson with the big trap block. Jeff Fisher, stoic. Still second quarter. Bengals' 4th drive of the game. Dillon again. Big hole, big run, big gain. 59 yards all the way down to the 16. He would score to make it 28-0 Bengals on 4 drives. Oilers defensive coordinator Greg Williams, he's also stoic. Everybody's stoic. Corey Dillon is not. 4th touchdown of the game in the 3rd quarter. Boomer, ecstatic. 35-0. 4th quarter, Dillon still going like that Energizer Bunny. Or maybe not. 11-yard run. 4th quarter, he's got 237 yards. That ties him with Jim Brown for most yards rushing in a game by a rookie. Looking for that record. He got it. 10 yards for Dillon. 39 carries for 246 yards in the Bengals. 41-14.
Last week ago, Thursday night, Corey Dillon set a rookie record in 1 game, 246 yards. This time, he scores a touchdown, makes it 24-10. Then, and he picks up the pass intended for Michael Irvin. Dillon picks up 9 yards and breaks the team rookie rushing mark set by one of the best names in all of football, Ickey Woods. Miles as he should be. Now it's 17-7 Bengals on the next drive. Remember Corey Dillon at 248 yards against the Oilers at Synergy Field last year. They held him under 100, but the Bengals now cut to 3. He had 87 yards on this day. No, they pitched to Corey Dillon. And watch this time Washington come up for run support. Ooh! Knocked back about 7 yards into Kentucky. Costler hurries the troops. Cower, hoping the defense can hold. Effective Justin. And what does Neal do? Well, why don't we hand it to Corey Dillon?
And Corey Dillon, another one of these backs, he's got power, but he has the elusiveness that he can avoid people. You see him make the nice cut right there at the goal line and get the ball inside the 10.
And then watch again, Tommy, because Carl Slim Pickens, you must have taught him this in your neighborhood.
Well, Carl coming to make a nice block here on Donovan Darius. You're going to see him line him up right there and hits him nice and high. That's a nice, clean block, but very effective.
They saved that for the Bengals, and the Browns lead 7-6. Corey Dillon, with the Browns up 14-6, gets Cincinnati going. 38 yards for the big fellow at a $127 in the first half. Set up Achilles Smith to Carl Pickens. Touchdown, 14-12 Browns at the half.
Yeah, the improved blocking of the offensive line. Corey Dillon does a great job there at keeping his feet moving, keeping his eyes up. Look at the nice block there by Carl Pickens. And look at Corey Dillon. This is the Corey Dillon that we saw splashes of.
10-7 Bengals. Corey Dillon running left. Now watch Darnay Scott provide the block. Whoop! There go all the Browns. Dillon provides the motor and the power down to the floor. Tommy had 162 yards. 30-15 at the half. 3rd quarter. Dillon runs right. Clip Gross looking almost Pete Johnson-like. Was pumped up early. Corey Dillon. Look at him go. Here's the stiff arm right there. Summary roll. You get an earlier block from Dugan. Peter Ward downfield. Cardinals and the Bengals, the 2 franchises that have lost the most in the 9 count. 7-0 Bengals. And Corey Dillon, we saw him with his monster game earlier this year, 278 against Denver. Here he goes with 134 in the first half.
Yeah, and a really great runner inside the red zone as you get down to short yardage and goal line situations. Nice cut there, good vision, just enough to step into the end zone and get the score.
Now, this play, when you're hot, you're hot. Even when you fumble it, and it looks like the other team recovers it, it's rolled out of bounds and you keep the ball. With that carry, one of your favorites, James Brooks, at the Cincinnati. And you know what? Although he had Ricky Waters in Seattle, which is pretty good, this is Corey Dillon. Little drop play, and he just rips it. for 40 yards before Otis, my man Smith, tackles him at the 29, sets up a 5-yard Dillon score. Jackson, it's a fumble. The Bengals recover. Leads to a field goal, 13-7. And then Corey Dillon. Watch this. Get out of my way. No one's going to stop.
And people talk about Corey Dillon being a contact runner. His coaches do. Watch once he feels the contact from defenders. He runs through 1, 2. We're going to see a third and a fourth guy here. He's actually punishing the...
Inside the 10. Dillon. Early fourth down, same drive in the end zone. 140 yards on 31 carries for
5. And if you're a Cincinnati Bengals fan, please, you say, give Corey Dillon the ball more and don't throw it with John.
13-yard gain down to the 6. Second and goal, 15 seconds. Kick to Corey Dillon. They call it a touchdown. They look later, but it's a touchdown. And the Bengals, the Cincinnati Bengals, those gambling Bengals, well, you can gamble when you get Corey Dillon, who would become the 6th back to start his first 5 years in the NFL over 1,000 yards, joining, among others, Curtis Martin and the Jets. That's a tough run for a touchdown, 7-0 Cincy, a 20
to Ray Lewis.
And the Goose on the sidelines, not playing, but congrats. This history-making, if you will, for the first time in 51 games, Baltimore gave up a 100-yard game rushing. Corey Dillon was the first one to do it. See another play down there.
Yeah, and you see the frustration right there between Corey Dillon and the running back coach, Jim Anderson. Just frustrated because he couldn't get that ball in the end zone.
And then John Kidner tries to make something happen. He finds Dillon. Get out. No, he doesn't get out. Take. Corey Dillon, you wonder what he'd be like on a team that's really a contender, because he can do things like this. Look at him just blow past Idris Bashir for a 67-yard run. It was 17-0 against the hapless Bengals. With Corey Dillon caps a 98-yard drive, 2-yard touchdown, 17-14.
With the KO spikes, had a chance there to make a big play for the Bengals.
Corey Dillon, you know he can run like this, 15 yards, fourth quarter, but a bruised elbow sidelines him after a 126-yard day, and so who's... Bengals now have 2 fumble recoveries this year. And what are they going to do? Obviously, Corey Dillon, 2 yards. And Cincy leads it 14-7. Almost automatic. 32 TDs, 18. The 49ers, with me calling the Tom Brady and the Pats. But they didn't have this before. Corey Dillon. Bang! 15 yards. Dillon had a $150 in their last game at Arizona. Wait a minute now. Maybe we can stop him. And they almost do. Dillon, he's trying to crawl in. Oh, ball out before they rule the whistle. New England makes them pay for it, 17-7. Corey Dillon breaks it, tackled by Zach Thomas.
And this is something that this team didn't have over the course of the last couple of years, this burst, this 35, 40-yard burst.
And that sets up Corey Dillon. Was iffy, but before the game, they said the foot okay to go. 7-0 New England. Next possession.
Football team.
And New England just does this. Seattle in the game, but God, they stay mentally tough. And then Corey Dillon, a 9-yard touchdown. And Seattle, knocking at the door on the 1-yard line in the final. St. Louis defensive touchdown, 7-6 Rams. But then Corey Dillon, weren't sure if he was going to play. Boy, did he play. 17 yards.
It's just kind of unusual.
So 26-14, Vinatieri, the greatest passer rating in the history of every year. Here they come running out. Tom Brady to Corey Dillon. They're so good at these swing passes, Tom, these screens. And Dillon on a 23-yard pickup in the first quarter. Same drive, and now we're first and goal from the 1. And, boy, inside the penalty area, they're hard to stop on the penalty kick. Dillon, 2 plays, 78 yards. Corey Dillon. Don't overlook the fact that he had a 100-yard game before going out late. 18th player in NFL history to rush for 10,000 yards.
Here's the fumble. First and goal for the Pats. Get at me. Corey Dillon, 2nd touchdown of the game. 7th of the season, 21-16.
You don't do that to him and get him in the head like that.
Well, Brady would end up throwing for 329 yards against them, and then this is what happens. Corey Dillon is back. He had a tough run to the left side for 20-something.
Leave rookie kicker Steve Gostkowski on the sideline, 4th and 2, and Corey Dillon, pounds it away. The Patriots run out the clock, and the Patriots running really a big part of